What is confirmation bias in basketball statistics? Imagine watching a game and thinking a certain player is the best because of the highlights you saw. Now, when you look at their stats, you focus only on the numbers that support your opinion. That's confirmation bias in action. It's when people, whether players, coaches, or fans, pick out data that agrees with what they already believe. They tend to ignore or dismiss stats that might tell a different story. Basketball statistics have come a long way. We used to just look at points scored, rebounds, and assists in simple box scores. Now, we have advanced stats like player efficiency ratings and defensive impact measures. But even with all this new data, confirmation bias can still distort how we interpret it. For example, a coach who believes in a fast-paced offense might only notice stats that show quick scoring runs. They might overlook data that suggests a slower, more deliberate style could work better. Fans and analysts often form early opinions about players. Once they believe a player is a star or a role player, they tend to see stats through that lens. If a player scores a lot of points, they look at that as proof of greatness. If they struggle with shooting, they might ignore that and focus on other positive numbers. This creates a skewed view that keeps reinforcing their original belief. Confirmation bias can also influence how we tell stories about players and teams. If someone believes a team is weak on defense, they might only highlight defensive stats that support that idea. They might ignore times when the team played well defensively. This can lead to a one-sided story that doesn't show the full picture. In real life, confirmation bias can cause overvaluing stats that support a favored narrative. It might mean ignoring new data that could change opinions. Coaches might stick to strategies based on old beliefs, even when new stats suggest different approaches could be better. Fans might cling to their favorite players' strengths, overlooking weaknesses that could be important. To avoid this, it's important to look at all the data, even if it doesn't match what we want to believe. Considering different perspectives helps us get a clearer picture of a player's true performance. It's about being open-minded and honest with the numbers. When we do that, we make smarter decisions and tell more accurate stories about basketball. That way, we understand the game better and appreciate its complexity without bias clouding our judgment.